Is it possible for a high school student to make over $50,000 in profit reselling name brand items on Amazon, all at the age of 17 while working a full-time job plus being full-time in school? This video is going to 100% answer that question. My guy Ahmed has been absolutely crushing it. He just hit his first $10,000 in 1 month reselling name brand items on Amazon. Super excited to get into this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, here with my brother Ahmed over here. He's absolutely killing it right now. And I just want to give you guys, Ahmed, you want to give yourself? All right, Ahmed, for viewer discussion, you just want to kind of introduce yourself to the viewers, someone who's watching and he just doesn't know who you are, what you're about.
So I'm Ahmed, I live in Virginia, and I genuinely started my first account when I was like 16 and a half, but then I actually started taking it serious and started selling on Amazon in like January of 2024.
And what kind of got you into online? Was Amazon the first online business that you've ever had or no?
No, Amazon was definitely not the first. I used to like resell low-key Depop stuff. When I first was about to start Amazon, I was actually selling on TikTok Shop and stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, most Amazon sellers that crush it, they migrated over from shoe reselling. That's what I realized just being in the game for like 2 years and a half now. There's a lot of people that come from the shoe reselling, industry, because, when you're reselling shoes and all that, you had to kind of like build skills, with the botting and everything. So when that kind of sold down, there wasn't that much hype for it anymore. It's the same thing with arbitrage. You're just building skill sets. You're finding how to manufacture a margin and separate yourself from other sellers. So let's just go ahead into the questions. What made you first start selling on Amazon, right? There's so many other business models out there, freelance brand scaling, TikTok shop. What made you start selling on Amazon in general?
To be honest, just the idea of not having to do any advertising and the thing that I'm gonna know that my product is gonna sell and how fast it's probably gonna sell before I even buy it is a big factor that helped me convince start Amazon and stuff.
100%. When I was first starting out, I didn't have any skills. I haven't started any business model. I haven't made a single dollar online. That was my first side hustle. And if I went and I tried to do another business model, learn how to media buy, learn how to run ads, all these advanced business models that just take a lot of, time, energy. You need a specific skill set. You have to invest thousands of dollars with, no guaranteed return. That's just not feasible for a beginner. So I 100% agree with you. That's something that drew me to Amazon. And I think that's what draws, a lot of people to Amazon. You don't have to do any marketing, right? All you have to do is find a product for low enough cost to resell for the high on Amazon. So I 100% agree with you on that. Another question, were you skeptical at first with Amazon? Did you think it was going to work, or what really changed your mind?
To be honest, I never thought that Amazon wasn't going to work for me. I just felt like it was more of a matter of time. And yeah, I always knew. I just seen people do it. As I said, you already know that your product and your stuff's going to sell. So what's there to be worried about,
Yeah, 100%. Same for me. It was seeing all these people on TikTok making money online. I never had limiting beliefs. I was always kind of cocky. I had a lot of confidence, and I was if these guys online, they're my age, some even younger than me, are here making, thousands of dollars online, I could 100% do it. That's what made me, get my online business and just start, right? So I think that's something we could both agree on. How much money did you start with?
To be honest, I did have a few thousand saved up from detailing and stuff. It's not like I put all of my money into it at one time. That was the thing, though. I just slowly went in.
And kind of explain that, because I think to the viewers, this would be very beneficial. I think when a lot of people think about starting an online business, they think it costs $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just to start. Can you kind of go more in depth with how you were just dabbling in there, or no?
Well, yeah, to be honest, with Amazon, you could really start with a few hundred, right, for inventory. Yeah. But the way I was doing it, I would get a few hundred, put it into inventory. When that inventory would come in and I would see that it's selling, then I would go invest into more and then more. I was just making sure that I had my money, it was cycling, I had good cash flow and stuff.
100%. And what was the first product that you've ever sold on Amazon?
It was actually a puzzle from Ollie's.
Really?
I think I made profit on that because I didn't completely account for FBM shipping.
How did your first sale feel? Your first dollars made online, how did it feel?
Well, the Amazon ones, it was just yeah, it's about time,
It's about time?
It's about time.
For me, when I got my first sale, I remember I just listed it. It was the best feeling in the world, because I always thought, even going to school, going online, I thought the only way you can make money is literally just get a job, get a paycheck. Someone else has to pay you. So this business model that I was watching YouTube videos on, that I was, on TikTok, you're telling me I was actually able to make money on that. And once I was able to do that, I seen proof of concept. I was genuinely addicted. When you're addicted to Fortnite, you're addicted to those games. It was genuinely the same thing. It was a rush of just dopamine and just straight adrenaline. So 100%. First sale was one of the best feelings ever. to be honest. Are you doing kind of like retail arbitrage right now, online arbitrage? What is your kind of business model looking right now for the viewer discretion?
To be honest, the way I do it is like mostly throughout the week, I'm just sourcing online, mostly away and stuff. So I live in a place where I have to do like a 30-minute drive south to my closest Aldi's.
Yeah.
Or I drive like 60 miles up north to a grocery outlet.
Yeah.
So I just do like one day I put aside for RA and I'll just go out and I'll hit up like 3-4 stores on the same day. Just go out for like 4 or 5 hours.
What was the biggest mistake you made starting out, and what did you actually learn from it?
I feel like I never made a big mistake like that because everything I did was I took careful steps. If I would search it and then I would ask you and I would ask the people that I knew around me, stuff like that. I don't think there was ever a point in my Amazon journey so far, hopefully it stays that way, that I feel like I was like, oh no, this is such a big mistake that, you know?
I mean, with Two Nice Profits and just having a tickets, like when you're just sending your aces into tickets, it's kind of hard to make a mistake. Like, I feel like you did a really good job, even better than some of the other mentees, from just, coming in and every big step you take, every significant step that you take in your business, you're communicating that with us and we're just giving you feedback, people that have already done it. And that's probably why you haven't made any mistakes. And right now, we're kind of focused on what's the next steps? Getting leverage and credit, right? That's the next steps?
Yeah, slowly, but yeah, that's what's the next step. Just trying to get credit since I'm 18, trying to get into stuff like that.
Did you ever have any account IP issues, any account issues or anything like that or no?
Yeah, so I had 2 accounts, right? On my first account, by the time in like late March, I was selling this one product. It was pasta, right? It was a 3-pack pasta from a local store.
Yeah.
I was getting that. And then after I closed that account and made my own in like June, when I first started under my own name, I posted that product again. It's selling pasta, right? A 3-pack pasta. The name got changed to Dove something, like a Dove body wash thing.
Yeah.
And I was still selling. I was like, bro, I'm going to sell it, right? Because I didn't think there was going to be a problem or anything. But then I got hit with like I don't even know exactly what it was, like compliance thing. They basically told me like, take it off my account. My rating did go down, but as soon as I took it off, I didn't have to show anything. I just said, okay.
Yeah. All you have to do is take it down, and then it says no, it didn't affect your account health or anything like that, right? Yeah. So that was perfectly fine. So, Ahmed, I mean, let's just talk about sales, right? That's probably why these people join the call and everything. Let's just talk about your sales journey and everything. Let me go ahead and look. I know you were very active in Win's chat. Let me see your sales, how your sales were. Because I remember you hit a big month, March. It was like 8K, and then right now you hit 10K.
Yeah. March was the last month I sold on my old account, and then this last month I just got back on the new account.
And first month you hit 10K per month. Let's talk about that. So on a new account, you hit your first $10,000 per month. So a lot of viewers or people that are starting out, especially these younger kids, that are saying, "Oh, I can't get ungated" or anything like that. And obviously I tell them it's limiting beliefs and everything. I just want to show proof that you've actually done it. You want to show your iPhone? You want to show your last 30 days? $10,000 per month. Guys, this is a new account, right?
It's a brand new account.
When did you make the account?
The exact date it went live was June 16th.
June 16th. And what is it right now? July 20th. And you're 18 years old. That's literally insane. And there's just so many people with limiting beliefs. They see somebody their age making this much money online. Instead of getting motivated, instead of getting inspired, they'll just, they'll just be like, oh, it has to be fake. There's no way it works. It's not going to last. I just see so many excuses. So I'm glad that you were able to, hit your first $10,000 per month. What are your kind of plans for Q4, right? Obviously, we have the next 4 months. It's going to be the most profitable time of the year. What are your plans to kind of scale to, those 50, 60, 70K months?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that I need to focus on is getting more money on my side. However, that is credit, just getting other money, right? And then buy as much inventory as possible and send it into the warehouses, FBA it.
100%.
Because I'm starting college soon, so the only way I could hit 50, 60, 70K months is if I have a lot of inventory in FBA, because I don't want to be doing as much FBM anymore.
And how much FBA are you doing currently?
Right now, I'm doing 0 FBA because I was trying to hit that 10K month, so I just kept all inventory FBM.
Gotcha. And that's good. FBM is really good. If you have a lot of time on your hands, you want to get more margin, you want to get more profit, and you just want to, it's literally just grind. Send out 50, 100 shipments every single day and profit, hundreds, even thousands of dollars every single day. So FBA is great because you could send out a shipment every weekend. I like doing the hybrid approach, right? One thing we're working on with Sadiq is incorporating more FBA shipments into his business. Right now he's doing like 50, 60K straight FBM. Maybe he's sending out a shipment a month. So if he's doing 50, 60 FBM, he could keep doing that, and then he just has to dedicate 3 to 4 hours in the weekend just to build out an FBA shipment and then transform some of his inventory to FBA. And obviously it's going to be fulfilled by Amazon. It's going to move faster. So that's something we're incorporating. I think the hybrid approach is especially for Q4, is going to work really well. With college, you could do it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. That's my plan because I don't want to be doing as much FBM anymore. And FBA is just easier, you know, especially for high moving product.
Slap a sticker on and just literally just put it in a box, and it just Amazon handles shipping, Amazon handles, you know, marketing, Amazon handles, you don't have to store it in your house, you don't have to fulfill it. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and you could sell it for a higher price too. So I 100% agree with that. If you would have any advice for just like a beginner starting out, especially let's focus more on, you know, younger kids. Let's just say it's like an 18-year-old, even a 20-year-old, somebody who has limiting beliefs that's in college maybe. What would you have to say to them?
The biggest thing is probably going to be to just start, right? Just start, take the first step, and then let everything work out, because at the end of the day, it's only going to take you at most a month or two to understand the whole business, right? And then after that, it's going to be easy, just going to get easier as you go. But just start doing it. Start with programs, start with just selling by yourself, however it is, just start though.
And why do you think most people, you know, kind of fail with FBA, and what did you kind of do differently?
Probably not learning enough before doing something, just not doing smarter things, right? Something that I did differently was, as I said earlier, I just made sure I was doing the right thing before I made a big move.
And kind of give me kind of like an example of that.
Yeah, so one time I specifically remember was like the first week I got into the Too Nice program, and I was at Ross actually, no, TJ Maxx, and I found like 15 units of some jawline things, right? I was about to get on that because it was 15 units, and I think I was making like $8 profit, right?
Yeah.
And that thing was like 1,000+ times a month selling, right? And there was not a lot of sellers, so I was like, you know what? This is a no-brainer. I'm getting on this, right?
Yeah.
Put it all into my cart. I've been scanning for hours. So I'm just so happy, right? To be honest, I wasn't looking at keep a charts at that time.
Yeah, we had to teach you to keep a chart. You were just eyeballing it.
Right. So I was just going off seller amp. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just send this in the ticket, right? And then I sent in the ticket. And then I was there. And then I think I called you. And then you were like, no, bro, don't get on this. There's an
Yeah,
IP.
we started barbecuing you. And I'm like, bro, you would have lost money on that. You would have wasted time. And you would have lost account health, right? Some people, I see a big issue. They think, okay, like investing into your knowledge or investing into someone that knows more than you, having that kind of like an opportunity cost. Let's just say you went ahead and bought that. Think about how many mistakes you've avoided by just having someone in your corner, maybe in the ticket, or just how much money have you made just by learning, like keep a product finder, A to A flips. We're teaching that right now. Just how much opportunities you have with just people that are a couple steps ahead of you that are teaching you.
Yeah, I think definitely that's why you come into a program like this. First of all, you avoid the mistakes and you learn much quicker than you would from either searching up by yourself or just doom scrolling on TikTok or like watching YouTube, like 10-hour tutorials. The reason you come into a program like this is so you learn much faster and much quicker, and you avoid mistakes, which is a big thing in business.
I 100% agree with that. I don't think a lot of people account for like kind of opportunity cost. Like, let's just say one person, right? He joins a program, he learns from somebody that's already done it, right? He has that one-on-one access, right? Let's just say it takes him 2 months to learn, right? Everything after that, like it's not a monthly subscription. Everything after that's profit. Let's just say the same guy, they have the same knowledge, same capital, same everything. It takes him 5 months to learn by himself, right? Who kind of made more money in just opportunity cost? The guy that's learned in 2 months, he has 3 extra months of having his business up and running and just scaling. So I feel like a lot of people don't, take account for that. A lot of people kind of get intimidated investing into themselves, but you guys have to understand, you invest in yourself and you really believe in yourself and you really put the inputs in, it's inevitable, to be honest. I feel like you did both of the parts. You invest into yourself and you actually use the tools, resources we gave you, and you ran with it. And I feel like that's a reason, you're still here, you're still successful. And you see a lot of people, they're still, looking at YouTube videos. They still have like fragments of information, but they have nobody to really put it together. And the only way they put it together is just by making those mistakes for like months on months end. And they could have just invested into themselves. What is your long-term vision for your kind of Amazon FBA business? I mean, you're 18 years old. You just hit your first $10,000 per month. I mean, you're probably going to make 6 figures in profit this year at the age of 18. You just turned 18. What is kind of your long-term vision with this?
My long-term vision is definitely just have it automated. It's just at a point where the only thing I'm doing is really just making the payment and just letting everything run by itself. Like when I buy a product, it goes into, if anything, a fulfillment center. They put the stickers on it and send it out to Amazon. And then Amazon sells it and I get my money, right? So at a point where I'm not even touching the product at all. That's definitely the long-term goal.
100%. It's kind of funny. We were just working with Bach, one of our mentees. We're putting on with our Too Nice Profits Prep Center. So he's moving into that. The great thing about this, Ahmed, is we help literally everybody, even from beginner to literally 100K months. So once you're ready to scale, get your virtual assistants, gonna train them for you, prep centers, and we're just gonna scale to the moon, to be honest. So Ahmed, any last words for somebody that's kind of like, you know, he's been looking into Amazon, he hasn't really pulled that trigger, he's been watching content, he's been watching videos, he's been watching people in 2 Nice Profits crush it for about 2 to 3 months now, even longer. What would you kind of say to them to kind of like push them to just take action?
If you keep watching, you're never gonna get ahead, right? So you might as well stop watching and do it yourself, right? Just start. If anything, you shouldn't start with paying somebody to or investing in yourself. Just ask around, ask other people that have done it, right? Ask them questions. Ask the people that are in other programs, right? Ask questions and just start. Just begin, right? Once you start, you will know that you should have started earlier.
Yeah, it's much better on this side. There's 2 sides of the spectrum: the people that are watching and the people that are actively doing it, right? You want to get to this side as fast as possible, because what I'll see, the people on this side, they think they're being productive by watching this video, getting this information, but you have to understand that information does not matter if you don't take any action on it. It doesn't matter if it's in your brain and you're not using it actively to make money or to build something. It genuinely doesn't matter. That's something I want to emphasize for you guys. Shout out Ahmed. We're gonna do another one when he hits $100,000 per month. It's only gonna be in a couple months once we get him some capital. So I'm super excited, and let's get after it. Any more questions? Any more thoughts? Any more things you want to say, Ahmed?
No, that's about it.
That's about it. All right, brother. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap. Hopefully you guys got some value from this video, and hopefully you guys can implement this information, actually take action on this information and make your first couple $1,000s on Amazon. Amazon is an amazing opportunity in 2025. The most profitable time of the year is coming up. So make sure you guys fully take advantage of that. The results we've been getting in 2 Nice Profits have been genuinely insane. I'm going to just pop some on the screen over here. These people haven't been doing Amazon for 4 years now, or like these are regular people just like you and me that make thousands of dollars on Amazon, only spending a couple of hours a day just sourcing. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I'm gonna leave it down in the description. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.